MMTs, we're going to take a look once again the Morgan Stanley Retail Index, and we've covered some of the ones that are overbought. They have done well, and retail, the ones we even like Costco here. However, they get to a point where they make the great runs and they get too overbought and they have to pull back and they have to come down, and that's what we're looking at, and that's why we would be taking some of the retail names short because they've already outperformed the market. They've outperformed what their earnings are going to be, and therefore we've gone over some very individual ones. Kohl's is in here. A lot of these are going to be reporting earnings next week, but the weekly, and these are all the names now, and we have a list, and we're going to keep it. This is our list, our index, MRV.X. And basically, we're at a major top here on a weekly level. Yes, we are getting to overbought levels. However, you can see that when we were at this top, that was at 70%. This top here, we're getting more top ended at 80.3% overbought. That's 10% more than this high. That's where the index has a problem moving higher through resistance levels only for one reason. This last week rally off of these calendar year bottoms here looks just like the broader indexes over here. If you take a look at the lows and some of these indexes that a lot of these names trade in, is that we can clearly see beyond a reasonable doubt the 52-week low in the index held wonderfully. But it does have corrections, and retail does outperform, and it's done well. We've been long a lot of names in the past in this area at certain times, all based on where the consumer will be. And once again, Merry Christmas to everyone. And let us not forget that special Thanksgiving Day that's upon us. Today is 11/12/2011 at 12:35 p.m. on a Saturday. And we're doing our work because everything has great rallies, but they also have to have great pullbacks like this. So as we move through the major holiday season, we're going to be watching this index every single day on how it performs and how these names in here can only get to such an overbought range. AutoZone we featured, that's the best one in here. It moves 7.48 from either top down or bottom up, but it moves $7.48. Okay, so we do like AEO here. It had Tiffany has a little bit of a move. At 2.63. Some of the ratios here, Dillard's, we did a special on Dillard's. That gives us, we like the higher beta dollar movement within the sector. You will notice that the Sears Holdings at times is a very good one as well. Nonetheless, some of them, like Abercrombie and Fitch, they already had a complete headache. And you can see, like in Abercrombie and Fitch, it had a great rally and it did everything you would want. But let me show you the haircut it took when it gets overbought. And the reason why we look at them just like, unlike Dillard's and other ones, that you can see here that this one just took a good haircut off of that 4-week movement and even broke below that major weekly support level. We'll be looking at how to buy Abercrombie and Fitch again at certain times, but I just would like to point out to the MMTs that Abercrombie and Fitch was 65% overbought there, and that weekly high was 77.49, and we're closing down here at 54. That's why we're looking at, once they do get up here at resistance levels, we're looking at the possibility of making those great short trades, and they're here. So once again, I will conclude MRVX itself, the bullish weekly patterns that they're in, and how bullish. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better. And that's the index and all the retail stocks, Morgan Stanley retail, but it too will have to have a pullback. We're building in, the good news is being priced into the overall sector. SMF update. They're building in the news relative to the consumer spending patterns that will happen this fall.